And we've said it a couple times. I think it was my hot take, like maybe a couple weeks ago or whatever, that Joe Flacco is better than Anthony Richardson.
Oh, you never said it out loud. You just had it in the tuck.
I didn't say it. Oh, I must
No,
have
you
said something
didn't.
different.
You didn't. But it
You
was in
just
the topics for the longest, though.
yeah, I swear I thought I saw it or I said it. But regardless, Shane Steichen, the head coach of the Colts, must have read my mind, heard my thoughts, because they have officially benched Anthony Richardson, and they said it's not like a one game thing. It's going to be like a long term ish type thing. They benched Anthony Richardson, and they're going forward with Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. And this comes off of I'm trying to find the clip, but I guess I don't really need to find it. But this comes off of the last game the Colts played. I truly cannot remember who they played, but Anthony Richardson, after he had a couple they played the Texans. Okay, yeah. Anthony Richardson, after a couple like crazy scrambles and all that, he went ahead and tapped his helmet, had to get out the game real fast for a play. And then they asked him about that after the game, and the guy, he was like, "So what happened when you had to come out? Was there like a equipment problem? Were you hurt? Were you tired?" And he looked that man in the eye, and he was like, "I was just tired, bro. I needed a break."
Not going. Nigga said, "Not gonna lie." Afterwards,
yeah, he's like, "Not gonna lie, I was just tired." And real, but
great,
a little too real, a little too real. Because my brother in Christ, it started a week plus of just discourse, and it's all could avoid it if you just lied, my brother. All you had to do was just lie. Say, "Oh, something wrong with my equipment. Oh, I cramped a little bit for a play." But yeah, it caused an uproar. Everybody's everywhere is either they're of the opinion that, "Oh my gosh, this is so immature. He shouldn't have said that," or they're just of the opinion like we are and just, "Bro, you should just lie. You didn't have to do all this." But like we said, doesn't matter anymore because he's now benched because the Colts have not been seeing the results. Last game against the Texans, I believe he was like 10 for 32 for like 175 yards passing. That's horrible numbers.
But he had that one throw, and then that's what niggas was talking about, including myself. But yes,
yeah. And I feel like that's just the whole Anthony Richardson experience. Like he misses the easy throws, and then he'll make some spectacular throw, and you're like, man, he's the future. But it's just like there's a disconnect somewhere. He's not. I don't know. He should, like, in my opinion, he should have stayed in college. But I get why he left early, because once your draft stock is as high as it can be, you might as well dip because it can only get lower. And he was like the 5th overall pick. So now he's making millions of dollars. So I mean, you can't really fault him for that.
Yeah, and yeah, they keep going back to all these young quarterbacks that are now officially benched or have been benched, with Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson. Shit, I don't know. I don't know if it was Will Levis. Shit, they had Trey Lance on there. There was a few people that they had on there, and I think the only one that isn't benched yet is CJ Stroud.
And they said CJ Stroud, he dressed up as Anthony Richardson for Halloween yesterday because he had he was like 8 for 20 or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But do you think? I know people are saying, "Oh, the NFL has a quarterback development problem," and I mean, they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing that Tom Brady hasn't said, but I'm just like there. It's not even a development problem. There's nothing that they can fucking do because the ownership and fans and whatever, like, nobody's gonna be patient enough in this era to go through a proper NFL development type of thing. Like they're not developing the quarterbacks. Well, you want to start them immediately because you feel like you put all this investment in your number one pick that has to play immediately. Everybody don't have to play immediately, but everybody doesn't have to get benched either. I see both sides, but ain't shit gonna change. I don't know what niggas is expecting. Like, if a coach really did it the right way, he's not gonna be able to see the fruition of what he built because he's going to get fired, and nobody's trying to get fired over another nigga. I'm sorry.
If Peyton Manning played in today's NFL, like when he was a rookie, he led the league in interceptions. Yeah, if that was him or whatever, if he did that this year, they would have benched him.
Absolutely. Like they would have benched him, or they would have called him a bum, whatever it may have been. Like because he
They would
had
have done
really
both.
bad.
They would have done both.
Yeah, but it's just like yo, like at the end of the day, if coaches knew they had legit security in their jobs for like a 3 or 4 year tenure,
Yeah, they would for
they would
sure.
move differently. They would. They would develop easily.
But they
Instead, they're
don't
just
got
going to
that.
simplify the plays and get things done. Hey, we're going to do what we can. And I like the only reason why these become even arguments is the fact that you have an incompetent quarterback to start with, like as your vet. Like nobody was talking about Pat Mahomes needing to play immediately when you have an Alex Smith there. Same with Jordan Love getting drafted, and you already have Aaron Rodgers. Shit, even when Aaron Rodgers got drafted, you already have Brett Favre there, Kirk Cousins to Mike Penix. Like the list goes on of like that's where the real controversy comes through. Like if CJ Stroud had somebody, and granted CJ Stroud's an outlier because he ended up playing well. But if CJ Stroud had like a legit quarterback that people would be like, oh well, like he's a starter. Like, he could still start in this league. There wouldn't be any controversy. But because he had Caleb Mills there, it's like, yo, nigga, start him early. He needs reps. Like, it's not even about you. It's not even about him really needing reps for real.
And even
you just don't like the you just don't like the other part of you don't know the
you just
other
didn't like Davis Mills.
Yeah, you didn't like Davis Mills. I don't know why. What did I say? Caleb Mills? Yeah, my
Did
fault.
You say Caleb? Oh,
my fault.
Oh, well. But and even that if I'm not gonna lie, I thought Davis Mills was solid. But anyway, even if you did have a like even if you did have like a not even necessarily established, but like a solid quarterback ahead, okay. That's no issue. Like if there was a solid quarterback, if there was like a Kirk Cousins ahead of CJ Stroud, that wouldn't have stopped CJ Stroud from becoming CJ Stroud. He still would have been good. Like it was just, it just worked out for your football team better. So
yeah, that's why I take the reps conversation like with a grain of salt, because I know what that real conversation is. Like, I know what that really means. So it is what it is. You see plenty of examples of people being blessed with those situations. Shit, even Jalen Hurts. Like it's like you got Jalen Hurts and you had Carson Wentz. Now Carson Wentz ended up falling off a fucking cliff. But no, there was no controversy, and then Jalen Hurts was able to just kind of gradually, get his feet up under him and learn an offense and do all those things. Shit.
And they're working out for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what. But
will it
change? No. It won't change. Never. It never will. Now,
hell, another quarterback that had somebody in front of him was Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah, Alex Smith. Yeah. This nigga be paving the way. Damn,
that's cold, bro.
He is. He was number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, and it took him a minute to be good too.